Hello guys, and welcome to the carpal tunnel hand and wrist portion of this program. I'm really excited that you're here. We are going to be doing this practice all seated. So what I want to start with is that so often when we have hand or wrist pain, carpal tunnel symptoms, what is a big part of it is how we're using our hand and stretching and strengthening all around our hand or wrist and our forearm. But there's so much more, and we're going to be diving into that as well today. There's so much more to be said about the whole neck, shoulder, arm in addition to the hand and the wrist. So again, we're going to be doing some practices that are specifically for the hand and the wrist, and then we're also going to be diving into getting a little bit further up into the shoulder and the neck today. So with that being said, go ahead and find yourself in a seated position. If it feels good, grab a pillow to sit your hips up on, or just something that feels comfortable. And for sure, you don't have to be on the floor when you can do this. You can set yourself up on the couch as long as you can sit up tall or in just a regular chair. So let's just take a few moments to center ourselves into ground before we begin to move our body. So if it feels comfortable, hands onto the thighs, palms up or palms down. Just notice which one you choose and notice which one feels better and more expansive and or more soft for the shoulders and the neck. And take a couple of long breaths here, and as you do, each time you breathe in, imagine lengthening the spine as if you had a little string attached to the top of your head, lifting and lengthening you upwards. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders to soften down your back. Let each breath get a little bit longer so you start to fill the belly, the ribs, and all the way up towards the chest. And long, slow exhale, let that go. Inhale, big breath in. Without forcing at all, just allowing the breath to slowly and slowly get a little bit longer. Even if it's a quarter of a second longer, it's perfect. And remembering that the longer our breath becomes, the more in tune with our breath we become, and the slower our breath becomes, the more we start to shift into that parasympathetic part of our nervous system, which is where our body rests, which is where our body digests, which is where our body relaxes, and where our body heals. And this is the opposite spectrum of the sympathetic nervous system, which is the stress, go, go, go response. So again, slowing down our breath, shifting more into a relaxed state. And the more we become it, or we tune into a relaxed state in our breath and our body, the more in tune we are with our body. The slower then we move, and the more mindful and intentional we become with our movements. Take one more inhale through your nose and allow yourself to fill all the way up. And then at the top, pause, sip a little bit more air in, and then open your mouth, slow, steady sigh out the mouth. 2 more times like that. Inhale slowly through the nose, fill it all the way up. Pause at the top of whatever inhale yours is. Sip just a little bit more air in, and then open the mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. Feel your shoulders soften as you let the breath go. One more time like that. Inhale. Long exhale. And just begin to notice how it feels in your neck, your head, your shoulders, all the way down both of your arms to your hand and your fingers. And then bring the awareness back to your head and your neck and your shoulders. And with the next exhale, notice just what could you relax or soften. Maybe it's your jaw, your eyes, tightening around the shoulders. And then same thing on the next exhale. What could you relax as you drive your awareness down your arms, your forearms, to your wrists and your hands and your fingers. One more inhale. And last exhale, soften even more somewhere. And we'll begin to do some really easy rolls of our shoulder. So on your exhale, as much as you can, round your shoulders forward. Bad posture. Good. And then inhale, slide those shoulders up towards your ears. Then back behind you as if you're bulging your chest out forward, and then down towards the ground as much as you can. Feel that traction in the sides of your neck. And we'll do that a couple more times, maybe a little faster, maybe with the breath. So shoulders round forward, up towards the ears, back behind you and down. Few times like this, just increasing the range of motion. Again, although this rounding forward isn't ideal, in the hiking up towards our shoulders, again, we're giving our shoulders the range of motion to increase circulation, to get some blood flowing in there. And now let's do the opposite. So you'll inhale back up towards the ears, round forward and down. You might get the arms on board. That might just inevitably happen. Good. And then on your next exhale, with your shoulders relaxed down, away from your ears, drop your chin down towards your chest and just take a few breaths. And as you allow your head to fully relax, allow your shoulders to fully relax. Notice what it feels like here to relax your jaw even more, relax your shoulders even more, and maybe even press your shoulder blades back behind you. And then on your next inhale, slowly drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Big breath in as you soften that right shoulder. Exhale, chin down towards the center of your chest. And inhale, other side. So right ear towards right shoulder, that left shoulder drops down. A couple of times like this, just without forcing, simple movement. Exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Maybe even rotating the head back if that feels good in your body. Exhale to center, inhale, other side. Good. And then exhale back to center. Inhale with the left ear towards the left shoulder. And then bring that right hand out to the side, maybe on fingertips, totally up to you. And then walk the hand away from you. Press that right shoulder back behind you. Notice if you feel a deeper stretch. And then if it feels good, creep those fingertips of your right hand back even more. So you might feel a stretch in the front of the chest, might be the neck, might be down the arm, might be all of it. Just take a few steady breaths here. Again, where could you relax and even relax into the breath a little bit more? Big breaths in and long, steady breaths out. Good, and then you can either stay here or bring your chin now towards that left shoulder. Keep pressing the right arm and shoulder back behind you without force. And pause here, relax your shoulder again. Good, and then we'll do some nodding of the head. So as you inhale, as much as feels comfortable, lift your chin up, still looking diagonally to the left. And as you exhale, still looking diagonally to the left a little bit, drop the chin down. Relax the jaw, just nod back and forth. Inhale up and exhale down. One more time. Good, and then back to center here, and either chin towards that left shoulder or ear to shoulder. Begin to slowly and mindfully move that right shoulder in small circles, and it might be the arm. I feel some pops and cracks when I do it. And what we're looking for is just really awareness, but also maybe a release somewhere in the neck and the shoulders. Good, and then on your exhale, bring your head back to center, bring the arm back to center, roll your shoulders. Good, and just notice how you feel, if you feel a difference at all. And then when you're ready, slowly drop the right ear towards your right shoulder. Relax the left shoulder, bring the left arm out to the side or the fingertips. Make sure the shoulder's pressing back as much as feels comfortable. And then from here, maybe those fingertips creep back behind you. So left hand, left arm might be back a little bit. Take some deep breaths here. You might notice the side maybe tighter, maybe more resistant, maybe easier, maybe just different. Each time you exhale, the shoulders relax away from the ears. Good, and then chin towards the right shoulder now. Soften through the jaw and the eyes. Big breath, notice if that changes it at all. And for me, again, we all are so different, but for me, I feel it more now on the front of this shoulder, front of the arm. And these are really important to notice where we feel it in each arm, in each different movement. That really informs us of where we're holding on tension, where is tight, where is resistant, and where we need to move into. And then we'll do the nodding. So when you're ready, soften the jaw, inhale, chin up, exhale down. This might look and feel completely different than the other side. Let that be okay. And then exhale back and roll your shoulders now again. Good. Okay. Inhale, right arm reaches up, relax that right shoulder. Exhale, just slightly lean towards the left here, getting into that right side of the rib cage. You can use your left hand for support here to lift you up. And less just leaning to the left here and more lifting both sides of the body. Big breath here all the way from that right hip to the right fingertips. Feel the expansion through that right side body, rib cage as you breathe in and out. One more inhale here. Good. Next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, switch sides. Left arm reaches up. Exhale, relax the shoulder, lean towards the right here. Big breath in, again, all the way from that left hip to the left fingertips. Good. Now we're going to do a little something different. So you'll keep this left arm up, but raise your chest up a little bit. The inhale is bend that arm slightly, press the arm back as far as feels comfortable. Either gaze straight or gaze away. I like away because I can get a deeper stretch here. I always am tight there. As you exhale, hug your belly towards your spine. Reach this left hand kind of diagonal towards the right. And we'll do that same movement. So inhale, opening up, bends the arm, gaze towards or away as you bring it back as far as feels comfortable. Exhale, belly hugs and reach the arm, not really just the shoulder, but the arm, the side of the body forward. 2 more times. And exhale. Inhale up. Good. Exhale, we'll switch sides, bring that left arm down and the right arm up. And then inhale, press the right arm back, bending the arm a little bit, gaze straight or towards the left. Exhale, belly hugs in, reach that right arm forward and diagonal towards the left. Inhale, opening up. Couple more times. Exhale, belly in, round, reaching forward. Inhale, opening. And your version of this might be smaller. It might be bigger. It might look different. That's okay. Just notice what feels good in your body. Inhale, arm up, and exhale down. Roll those shoulders again. Good. Let's get a little bit into the hand here. If you want to and you haven't yet, you can adjust which foot is in front if you're in a cross-legged position. And then from here, come into like a prayer pose. We're not gonna get woo here, but ideally spread the fingers as best you can, and ideally the wrists touch at the bottom, or not wrist, but the base of your palm. Good. And then, so from here, press your shoulder blades back to bring your chin in slightly towards the chest. And then the lower that you go, the more that you're going to intensify the stretch in one or both of your hands or forearms. So find that place, and yours might be lower. Mine typically are pretty tight just from the work that I do. You'll either stay here, keeping the shoulders soft, keeping the shoulders back, and then you might slide the arms over towards the left, And when you slide the arms over towards the left, you're gonna feel it a little bit more in that left hand. And then as you exhale, slide them over to the other side. Same thing, as you bring the arms to the right slightly, you might feel that more in the right arm. And so use your discretion. Either you'll stay in one spot, maybe you just stay at center, and take a few breaths. So what this is stretching, you'll stay here, but what this is stretching essentially is the hand to stretch in all directions, which if you're doing things, typing on a computer, on a mouse, on a steering wheel a lot, whatever it is, writing, we're counteracting the forward motion. So expanding and stretching all through the fingers, but also down the forearm, which tends to get also really tight the more our hand collapses inward. So again, we're creating more space here, which essentially creates more space, more circulation to allow, or we allow more circulation to flood into the hand, the wrist, the forearm, which is vital for healing. Okay. And then when you're ready, release it. You could stay longer if you want. Shake it out a little bit. Maybe shake it forward. Good. Noticing numbing, tingling, different sensations in your hand is normal. Of course, reach out if it feels uncomfortable, if it lasts a really long time. I don't foresee that happening, but just so you know, it is normal. When we start to increase the space in here, circulation moves through, it can feel a little bit weird and different. Okay. The next thing we're gonna do is what I call waitress. It's a super simple, just different movement to increase the circulation and get the hand moving. So we'll start literally as if you are carrying trays of your favorite beverage or food in front of you. And what we ideally want to do is keep the palm so it's ideally straight, as straight as you can. And we want to not dump whatever is there under. Okay, so shoulders back, elbows hug towards the side of the body, fingers spread nice and wide. Good. As you inhale, you're going to bring the fingertips towards the sides of the body and back behind you. Of course, not spilling a beverage is really not possible here. You'll bring them back forward. This time you'll bring them out to the side and then all the way around so the fingertips meet at the top of your head. This is so weird. You'll get used to it the more you do it. So exhale, arms come back to center. From center, fingertips towards the sides of your torso, back behind you. Come back towards center, arms go out to the sides, all the way up towards your head and around. Good, and back to center. Do it 2 more times. So exhale, fingertips towards torso, then behind you. Good, inhale, bring them forward, out all the way to the side and up towards your head. Good, back to center. Last one, inhale, back behind you. Inhale forward, out to the sides, all the way up and around. Good, and back to center. Good, and then let the hands rest a moment. Just take a full breath in. Exhale out the mouth. Good. Next thing we're gonna do is a cactus arm. We're gonna do a couple different movements here. I'm gonna share more in the next video about carpal tunnel and hand and wrist pain and why this movement is actually vital, even though you feel like you're not even getting into the hand. So come out into, bring the arms into cactus arms or eagle arms, 4 eagle arms I should say, cactus or goalpost. So elbows press back behind you, shoulders press back. We want to avoid the elbows coming down towards the hips. That makes it so much easier. So we're going to make it a little more challenging. And while you're here, press your shoulder blades and kind of squeeze them towards each other. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, hug the belly in, but then bring the elbows, the forearms in front as if your shoulder blades now move away from each other. So we're gonna do that a few times. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, not up towards the ears, but down the back. Exhale, elbows, forearms come forward. Inhale, opening up. 2 more times. Again, moving the arms, getting circulation throughout our shoulders. All right, now the arms come out in front. We're gonna extend the arms here. Bring your left over your right, left arm over right. Bend your arms, and if you can, you're gonna grab the backs of the hands or the fronts of the palms If that isn't possible, that's okay. Reach around for either the outer upper arms or the backs kind of by your shoulder blades. Chin in towards the chest, shoulders relax away from the ears. And then I want you to imagine hugging your elbows towards each other and forward. And it doesn't have to be this gigantic movement, but you're probably going to feel a difference in the shoulder area. So again, elbows squeezed together and forward. I'm going to go back to this, it's easier for me. And you'll either stay here, most likely feeling it more in the left arm and the left shoulder. So whatever arm is on top, you're going to feel that more. And you'll either stay here or you can add movement. Exhale, lowering the elbows down. Inhale, slightly lifting them up. And again, you could either stay with this movement up and down, or maybe there's somewhere along the ride that feels like you want to stay. You're just going to take a few deep breaths. Good, and then inhale, you're going to open back up. You can always stay longer or come back to it. And exhale, arms come down, roll the shoulders, notice how that feels. Okay, other side. I'm gonna adjust my legs. Arms come out in front. Now we'll bring the right arm over the left. Might look different. You might grab the outer upper arms, or you might be able to grab backs of the palms, fronts of the palms. Chin in towards the chest slightly, shoulders soften from the ears, and then exhale, hug the elbows towards each other and forward. Woo! Awesome. You might either stay here for a few breaths or add movement. Exhale, lowering the elbows down. Still bringing in that hugging of the elbows in and forward. Good. One more breath. And then inhale, open up. Good. Now we're going to do one last, just a cat-cow here. We're gonna come into robot arms. Feels so weird. Palms face towards each other, elbows towards the sides of the body. Inhale, press your shoulder blades back, your elbows back, and lift your chest. Slight arch of the back. Lift your head only if it feels good. As you exhale, hug the belly in. Interlace your hands, press the palms away, extend your arms, soften your head down. Super weird when you're getting used to this. Inhale, robot arms, shoulders, elbows, press back as your chest lifts up. Exhale, belly hugs in, round your back, press your palms away. Inhale, arch the back. Robot arms, chest lifts up. Exhale, belly in, round, reach the palms forward. 2 more times. Inhale, robot arms. Exhale, round. And again. Last one. Good, and then come back to center. Allow your eyes to close, your gaze to soften, and just come back to center. Notice how you feel all throughout your neck, your shoulders, your hands, your wrists. Big inhale and a long, slow exhale at the mouth. If there's anything your body is craving or wants to do now or go back to, listen to that. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.